there, friends. Today I'm going to be doing another Jinjer song. I got quite a few Jinjer requests, so I've got a bunch of their stuff to go through, and the wheel has decided that today I'm doing Vortex. You guys gave me a lot of information about Jinjer, specifically about the lead singer, and I would say I certainly relate to her. It seems like she's someone who really struggles a lot with maybe some mental health issues and some kind of like potentially agoraphobia, or just sort of like really wanting to kind of shut down a little bit. And I've felt, I'm not agoraphobic, but I've certainly felt those vibes a bit. And it did make me wonder, it's like, I couldn't tell if like, I was told about, you know, maybe the band struggles with trying to get some lyrics out of her sometimes, or getting her to work on things. And based on some of the wording some people put in their descriptions of her and then this band's dynamic, I'm just like, does she want to be doing this? Like, is this a thing she likes to do? Am I helping by reacting, or is this like, I feel like a weird thing of like, should I be reacting to this? I don't know. I wasn't fully sure. But I'm just gonna see. I definitely did relate to some things in the last song and video, and upon hearing some more details, kind of related more so to her. So I don't know. I hope she's, if not, it's hard to say I hope someone's happy, especially as someone who it seems struggles potentially with some mental health issues. Because I think that's very, my mom does that a lot. My mom's always like, oh, I hope she always wants me to choose happiness. And I understand where she's coming from. We had a very long talk about it once. I think that I understand where people come from. It's like, oh, I hope you're happy. I think things are going well. And if you're someone who struggles with like depression or things like that, you almost just kind of want to laugh and just be like, I wish that was an option. If that was one of the buttons I had to push, I'd push it. But I hope that she's as comfortable as she can be. That's what I always would say when, like, my buddy would be going to work and was having a hard time at work. And I would just be like, I hope your day is tolerable and uneventful, kind of a thing. So I was like, I hope you have a good day. An innocuous thing to say, but can kind of be like, I know I'm not going to. Or, my mom would have those talks with me about, like, choose happiness. I'm like, Mom, if I knew where that choice was, I'd fully, if I knew who was selling it, I'd go buy it. I would, I swear. And then when we kind of discuss that more, what I think she actually means is do your best not to choose pain, and not in the sense of like don't feel it, but just more of like do your best to go in hoping for the best, which I kind of get. It's hard, but I get it. I explained to her how, like, hey, when you say that, I know you mean well, but it kind of makes me mad sometimes, and here's why. Smart water. Product placement. But I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna see what this one's about. Vortex, like the name, like the guitar. That's a cool etching there. Let's go. I think this is the same room from the last video I watched, which was Wallflower. I believe this is the same location. I love the little carvings on the guitar. It looks so pretty. My goodness.
Like a lunatic, frantic. The man in the room looks so dramatic, with a tattoo on his right foot. The spiral traffic feels too dramatic. Quiet, the man is walking around. Where's the way out he never found? And inside, there's a bullet of lead. It's wrong.
I feel like every time she opens her mouth, I hear a different voice come out. It really does feel that way. Because I don't remember her sounding quite like that before. It's been about a week or something. I have no concept of what day it is. It's been a week, 2 weeks, whatever, since I last did a Jinjer song. I don't remember her sounding quite like that. I don't know. Maybe she's just one of those girls with 1,000 voices struck on. I do love her clothes. Which is the same as last time. Her fashion is perfect. All right, let's actually get back to the lyrics.
There's a ball in a land. It's rolling and rounding a bucket. Oh, how heavy is the ball? It bends its spine to the very ground. Neither his nor another. Burn almost ludicrous. Oh, how heavy is his thought? In half an hour or so.
So how I'm sorry, I should probably have lyrics up, but I think I can hear most of them. Talking about the man, there's a ball of lead rolling around inside him, and then how heavy are your thoughts, make me think of like the spiral, the thought spiral. Heavy thoughts being like, and it's the ball rolling downward is what I think about, especially with the song being called Vortex, and these things sort of, we saw the imagery kind of warping and things sort of flowing as if they're about to go into almost like a wind tunnel or like a wormhole or black hole. Which I think is, it's man, those thought spirals can really fuck you, can't they? They're rough, man. I remember, bless my parents' hearts, them trying to get me to go to sleep at night when I was a kid, and I was terrified all the time. And they'd just be like, you know, think about puppies, think about a puppy. And within 3 minutes, I could thought spiral that puppy into like clowns with chainsaws chasing me. And I can tell you how I got there. It's a problem with having anxiety and a vivid imagination. But it's like it's hard when you can feel the spiral start to take you. You can feel the thought. You don't even notice it first sometimes. We'll just think thoughts that seem reasonable at first, maybe a little negative, but reasonable. And then they just take, at a certain point, they cross a line to become somewhat unreasonable, or at the very least, a lot of cognitive distortion stuff of like magnifying things or jumping to conclusions, things like that aren't healthy. And once that you cross that line, it's really hard. It is like the puppy thing. It's like being pulled by a dog. And at that point, the dog's already sprinting, and you're holding on to leash, and you're kind of potentially fucked. You could maybe wrangle it back, but it's hard. And then once you get to that point, then it's just faster, and you can, even though you feel yourself in that tunnel, and you know you're spinning out, you can't find anything to hold on to make it stop. That's what I found like with my anxiety meds, and I've explained to people, it's just like the thoughts still come. It's like it's less that I don't have anxiety and more I can see the beginning of the spiral and I can go, nope, I'm not going to walk that way. I'm going to walk this way kind of a thing. It's the best way I can describe it. Of like, it's weird not having my hair back. I feel strange having my hair done. Yeah, that's what it is like. It's kind of just like you are a bit more aware of where the spiral is, the vortex is, and you can slightly better step around it, usually. Especially the spirals that happen for no reason. Those ones that happen for reasons, that like actually a worrying thing happens, and then your thought spiral, those are harder to control. But that's what I think of with like, I just picture this like lead ball kind of rolling around inside someone and just almost like becoming bigger as it goes, like a snowball. That's what I think of. Singers do that, where they just sound like they got little demons up in them. Just little excitable demons. It's so crazy to me. Ugh. You're talking about like the heavy thoughts, then they crush the floor. Then you're seeing like the space they're in breaking. I don't know if this is what they're going for, but I think that is also very much a thing of just like, the heavy thoughts are inside your head, right? And they can fuck with you. But then once they're heavy enough that they crush the floor, that to me shows like they're heavy enough to have an outward effect. whether it's other people becoming aware of your thought spiraling, whether it's those spirals affecting your attitude or your actions to where they affect the environment around you, and then can cause way more problems because suddenly there's a hole in your floor, you're fucked. And it's just like, and then of course that makes the spiral deeper, or the vortex deeper. Stress. It's stressful. Okay. Back up. I was gonna say that the camera work has become way more frenetic all of a sudden. It's getting, it's a lot more like kind of almost, it's to match music, it's almost the staccato kind of film movement or camera movement, or like that part of the drummer kind of repeated twice, and now the spiraling thing. That where it's like everything's very, you know, swirly and you can't quite tell what's going on. It just makes more and more things look out of control, which is a really great way of representing the lyrics. I think I always have this thing every single reaction video I do where at a certain point I sit there and go, I am alone in a room and I'm babbling about what I think a song is about, and I could be totally wrong. And that fear always kicks in at a certain point where I'm just like, this could be so off, and you'll have no idea until you post it and someone goes, nope. But I'm having that moment right now. I figure I should mention it so it doesn't thought spiral. Boom. Like a feather I travel down, which again is compared to the imagery earlier of the lead ball that just falls, the heavy thoughts that just fall. Like a feather, it's that slow kind of floating downward. You're still going down, but it's this sort of almost like you're aware of like, I'm fucked. You know, just like being, because it's a less of a heavy fall and less of a quick, just like from 1 to 1,000. It's like you're kind of aware how much you're sinking, but you can't do anything about it. I do like they didn't just make things spin, which would be the more obvious thing. I like that it's kind of that they're doing the effect of making it look almost like the like not just like a book is flying around, but like the actual scenery is going, that bending thing, kind of like I don't know why it's the thing that popped in my mind, but like in Jumanji, when like when little baby Robin Williams disappears into the game, where you'll see his fingers go like and kind of start to spin and warp. It's a very warped thing, which I think works better because not only does it, you know, go with the thing of the vortex and the spiraling thoughts, but also how the world starts to look around you when you can't trust your own thoughts, when your thoughts get heavy. Everything does become warped. Your perception of things becomes warped, which I think, yeah, that works well. On the couch! The visual of the giant black hole, I think it could go for two things, and I think both work, and I think they're both good. One being, it could just be when you're in that place with everything is the vortex and everything is going crazy, and the heavy thoughts, that's what it feels like. It feels like the world is fucking ending. I love that when she screams, it pulses like that. Like her rage or her just like frustration, her emotions are making it pulse. It could also represent the fact that it's in the middle of the city and there's a bunch of stuff going there that was not in that room. That there's a bunch of people feeling like that at the same time, which could show partially you're not alone, other people feel this way. Or it could also be all of this madness together builds an even bigger black hole, because if a bunch of people out there feeling this way and trying to function, things won't function well. I don't know quite what they're going for, but it could be any of those things, or none of those things, such as the way of when I'm trying to guess what a song's about. It's like, no, actually, they're just into black holes. Fun! The carnage in your dark thoughts become an entity. And that entity looks like it will beat the crap out of you, which is about how it feels. Or that it could either be the buildup of the debris could be dark thoughts, or the debris could be the unintentional carnage you create when you give into dark thoughts. Or heavy thoughts, or whatever they may be. We're not gonna say dark. We're gonna say unhelpful, I guess. Because things like, it's not like, you know, if you think dark things, it's bad necessarily. It's whatever. It is what it is. And also, like, never beat yourself up. Intrusive thoughts are a thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like, you can have intrusive thoughts that aren't good. It doesn't necessarily mean that you truly think those things. Intrusive thoughts are intrusive thoughts. They sometimes just pop up for no reason. It is what it is. You know, but it's more the unhealthy thoughts that can disrupt your life. And trying to live the best life you can. I think that's really what it is. Everyone's got problems. Everyone's got sometimes dark thoughts. That's just how it is living life in the world we live in. But it's about when those things become crippling that it's a problem. So it's like, this could either represent the amalgamation of a million unhelpful thoughts, crippling thoughts, or it could just be the carnage you end up accidentally creating when those crippling thoughts cause you to do things that ruin the rest of your life, which you can do. Or it's just a cool monster. So there we go. That was another Jinjer song. As for the music itself, this music, I mean, like, the genre continues to not necessarily be my kind of music, so I don't really have a ton to say on that, just because I don't quite know what, like, great versions of this music sounds like. It sounds fine to me, I assume. It doesn't sound bad. It just sounds like not the kind of music I listen to. But I like the lyrics enough, and I think the musicians are talented enough, and the visuals are interesting enough. There's certainly plenty for me to break down and enjoy analyzing. So I don't mind doing these at all. I think they're fun. But yeah, I don't really have much to say as far as, like, I'm probably not going to listen to them outside of this. Not to say they're not talented, but they're super harsh. It's not the kind of music I listen to in my car or anything like that. It tends to be quieter things. And the heater is starting again, so we're gonna turn that off. There we go. Those are my feelings on that song. It was really interesting. Man, that woman truly is extremely talented and extremely pretty. I just have a bit of a crush on her. That is all. All right, bye guys.